Today, we're tackling a heavily tested topic for the Series 65 exam: the required provisions and restrictions surrounding investment advisory contracts. Getting these questions right is all about knowing the specific rules that protect the client. First, under the Uniform Securities Act, which is the model for state-level law, all initial advisory contracts must be in writing. While the Federal Investment Advisors Act of 1940 is technically silent on this, for the exam you must assume contracts need to be in writing. These contracts must detail several key items: the specific services to be provided, the term or length of the contract, the advisory fee and the formula for calculating it, the amount of any prepaid fee to be returned if the contract is terminated early, and whether the contract grants discretionary authority to the advisor. A contract cannot include any provision that asks the client to waive their rights under the law. Such a clause, sometimes called a hedge clause, is unenforceable. One of the biggest exam traps involves the concept of assignment. An advisory contract cannot be assigned to another advisor without explicit client consent. The test won't just ask about an advisor selling your contract to another firm. Instead, they'll test the more subtle definition. An assignment is also considered to have occurred if there is a change in the controlling interest of the advisory firm. For example, if an advisory firm is a partnership and a majority of the partners change, that is an assignment requiring client consent to continue the contract. However, if only a minority partner leaves or joins, that is not an assignment, but it does require that the advisor notify clients in a reasonable time. Another critical area is performance-based fees. As a general rule, advisors are prohibited from charging fees based on a share of the capital gains or appreciation in a client's account. This is to prevent advisors from taking on excessive risk. However, there's a major exception for